My family is making a homophobic cake decorator make hundreds of pride cakes. This one grocery store in my town offers custom cakes out of their bakery section, not a Walmart. Their only cake decorator is a nasty bitch of a woman with even nastier opinions about gay people, and she's a real piece of work, let me tell you. One of my siblings who is LGBT+ works in the store too, and they've been fed up with this lady for a while. Well, a couple days ago, this sibling told my family that for their upcoming birthday, they want us to custom order them a pride-themed cake from the store so that this homophobic woman will have to make a cake that stands for everything she so openly hates. My family is going to do this, but we're doing so much more than that too. One of my other siblings already ordered a pride cake so that we could all have cake just because. My mother ordered a pride cake to give to our favorite and openly gay barista at a coffee shop we like. My wife ordered a pride cake just because she loves me and knows I love cake. You see where this is going? I have a lot of siblings. My siblings have families and friends. I have family and friends. And our family and friends have their own share of family and friends and so on. And because we're not pieces of shit, and because in my family we all share a powerful strand of petty DNA, we all are ordering pride cakes. This homophobic cake decorator will be making hundreds of pride cakes this month. And the icing on the pride cake? The cake decorator's manager saw the first cake, the first one my sibling ordered, and loved the concept. The manager figures they can sell extra cakes this month if they advertise that they can theme them for Pride Month. She's definitely right, so she told the decorator to make one for the display case. Now, all the LGBT+ in town will see it, and this homophobic waste of space will have to make even more pride cakes. Sometimes, life is beautiful. It brings me genuine joy to think of this woman spending her month making more cakes than this town orders in a typical year, and all of them themed for pride. They suspended me for a misunderstanding, so I took the best, much-needed vacation at their expense. On a Monday night, I asked my manager if I could have my morning shift covered. He said no worries, the new girl is coming in to train and there will be plenty of service for the slow lunch rush. Sounded good to me. The next day, the owner, who has the patience of a caffeinated squirrel, messages me asking why I did not show up. I told him exactly what my manager said. He said she is not a real server yet, and the way he saw it, I missed my shift because I did not have another way to cover for me. So he suspended me for a week. I am their best waiter, never late, always on time, and pulling in the best reviews. Some reviews on Google even have my name in them. But I just said, alright boss, see you in a week. So I did what any overworked employee would do. I slept and watched movies, played disc golf, and hung out with my friends and girlfriend. It was the most relaxing week I have ever had. On Friday night, the owner calls me begging for help. They were so short-handed they were practically using the dishwashers as waiters. He wanted me to come in for Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday morning, all while I was still on suspension. I told him I had not learned my lesson yet and could not possibly come in. When I came back the next week, everyone was very, very nice to me. They still are. I've stopped using exclamation marks when responding to emails from my boss. My mom died last month and my boss was a real dick about the whole situation. He's always been hard to work for, but he actually told me to get over it because her death was creating extra work for him. That was the straw and this camel's back broke. I can't quit my job, but I'm taking steps to move to a better role, and I know I need to keep the peace until then. I always start emails with a positive first sentence. Something like a simple good morning, or I hope you're having a nice day. I still do this on emails to my boss, but I have omitted exclamation points entirely. I've been here over a decade, so it's extremely noticeable to anyone who works with me closely, and it's driving him crazy. His messages seem frazzled and he's frantically using exclamation points in every email, something he has never done before. It's so stupid, but I can tell it's breaking him. My aunt said therapy is for the faithless, so I let her quote my therapist by using my alchemy 22. My aunt's the type to bring up prayer every time someone mentions therapy. She means well, but she once told my cousin that talking to a stranger about your problems instead of to God is a sign of spiritual weakness. I've been in therapy for a while now, quietly. It helps. But I never brought it up around her. She is always quick to offer a psalm when someone is struggling, but never space. A few weeks ago, we were at a family lunch. She opened up. Said she felt spiritually dry and couldn't explain it. So I shared something my therapist once told me: sometimes we mistake emotional exhaustion for a spiritual crisis. They feel the same, but they need different care. She blinked, said it sounded like something from a devotional, asked me to send her the quote. Now she has been texting me weekly for more little gems. Go I send them, let her run with it. She is quoting my therapist every week, thinking it is divine revelation. Still tells people she doesn't believe in therapy. I just smile and say, we all find wisdom where we need it. Sometimes the best feeling is winning without the other person knowing they ever lost. He parked in front of our garage and swore at my wife and mother-in-law, so I helped him apply for jobs by user CC Dubs. A few years ago, my mother-in-law flew in from across the country to visit my fiancé, now wife, and I for a week. We live in an apartment in a busy part of downtown Vancouver, and our garage opens up into an alley right next to the entrance of a liquor store. We are often blocked in by people when trying to get home or leave. We've gotten into a few screaming matches with people before, but this one was my favorite / the worst. We were coming back pretty late in the evening, maybe around 9 p.m. This guy, we'll call him Christopher, had parked right in front of our garage door and went into the liquor store to buy some booze. When he came back out and saw us in our vehicle waiting for him to move so that we could park and be home, he made some snotty comment that we couldn't hear while still in our vehicle and got into his car. We thought he'd drive away, but he just sat there, open "Hey y'all," and drank it while looking at us and laughing. I got out of the vehicle, walked over to him, and honestly politely, I've gotten into too many screaming matches and just wanted to get home, and also didn't want my future Emile to see me getting angry, asked him to move so that we could get inside. He basically responded by telling me to myself and that he'd do what he wanted. I tried to explain that he was blocking our garage and asked him if he could just move up a bit so that we could get in. This escalated really quickly. He got out of the car and got really into my face. I, still not wanting to play out this situation in front of my future Emile, stayed calm and just kept asking him to get back into his car and leave. Eventually he started pushing me, clearly trying to start a fight. I called the police. While I was on the phone with them, he had put himself and his face centimeters from mine. I stepped back and put my arm out while still on the phone, and he walked into it. He started screaming about how I was assaulting him and how he needed police help. Because we were right downtown, the police arrived within a minute from when I had made the call, still on the phone with the operator the whole time. As soon as they arrived, he changed his tone and attitude completely. He started telling them a sob story about how I had approached him in his vehicle and threatened him. Luckily, my fiancé and future Emile was still in the car and completely backed up my story. He was also parked illegally in front of my parking garage, so the police quickly took my side and demanded that he leave. As he got back into his car, the police noticed his open can of "Hey y'all" in the console and immediately got him back out of the car and demanded that he perform a breathalyzer test. Unfortunately, he had finished the can before getting out, so he claimed that he had found the can on the road and was planning to bring it in for the $5 deposit. His alcohol level was also below the legal limit for driving, so the police couldn't do anything to charge him with a DUI. The police stayed until he left, but the last thing he did before driving away was to throw his business card out of the window at me and ask, "You don't even know who you're messing with." I picked it up as he was driving away, already starting to plan my revenge, although with no idea of what I could do with his information. The next day, I looked Christopher up, and it turns out he was a freelance graphic designer. He has his own website with a bunch of his completed projects and his full PDF downloadable resume. I downloaded his resume and got to work. I started applying for jobs on Christopher's behalf. I had his real phone number, real address, and real full resume. He applied to every McDonald's in the area, Starbucks, TNT, grocery stores, movie theaters, literally any minimum wage jobs that I could find with a quick/easy application process. I must have applied for over 80 jobs for him, all using his real phone number and real resume. I kept this up for a few weeks, searching for more jobs whenever I had some free time. Unfortunately, I never got to see his face as he started getting callbacks. He was truly more than qualified for any of these jobs, but I like to think that for a month or two he would receive phone calls throughout the week asking to set up job interviews, thinking that it was for his graphic design work, only to be told that it was for McDonald's or Wendy's or wherever. A few months later, I went back to his website thinking that I'd start the process again. He pulled that crap in front of my fiancé and future MIL. I was salty, but his website had been taken down or moved to a new URL. TLDR, don't mess with me in front of my family or else I'll get you a job at McDonald's.